Hi, my name is Mother Goose. You might remember me from my novel, Mother Goose. These are my goslings. Say hello, goslings. Well, you see, a funny story. I know you came here for some fairy tales for which I am incredibly famous, but it seems in my advanced years, shall I say, that I forgot that I left a teacup on the floor and tripped over it, and all my pages went poof in the air. Luckily, my lovely goslings, storytellers in training, found all the pages and put them together. Unfortunately, I think they put them together a bit wrong, or let's say flipped. So today we are presenting their versions of my stories. Maybe we'll even put it together in Mother Goose too. Well, let's see what we have here. Let's see. Oh, yes. Now, normally first in my novel is the classic story of Hansel and Gretel, two very funny names. But unfortunately, we seem to have a new title from a group of goslings. It's called The Girls Escape. And now, for our sharing of The Girls Escape, round of applause. Once upon a time, there were two very mean parents with two very nice daughters, Stacy and Alana. And they had a menagerie of pets. While their parents loved their daughters at first, they had begun to get on their nerves and, well, bore them.
I wish we could get rid of our daughters. They are a little too nice for us now. We could send them away and make them have a tummy ache in the candy forest. Go, 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 go.
So they kicked them out of the house and sent them into the candy forest. They went through the forest, picking up candy as they went, gathering it and eating it with yummy, yummy delight, until they made their way to an ice cream cottage that was run by a witch. She was not a bad witch, but a nice witch, and she gave them two very delicious ice creams that she kept inside her cottage. The girls ate the ice creams, and they said it was so good. And so they sat down to enjoy their ice cream. Back at home, the parents were not so happy. They realized that their lives were just as boring, if not more, without their daughters.
I wish we could get back our daughter. I know. Let's just send their pet dolphin.
So they sent their pet dolphin, who went swimming through the forest until she found the cottage of the witch. The witch gave her an ice cream cone, and she decided that she'd much rather stay where it was happy and full of ice cream than at home with the mean parents. The mean parents were annoyed that their daughters and their dolphin didn't return, so they sent two more pets, a kitty and a Pegasus. The kitty and the Pegasus went flying through the woods until they made their way to the ice cream cottage. The witch scared them at first,
Would you like some ice cream?
but she gave them some ice cream, and all was well, and they joined the party sitting next to their friends. Back at home, the parents were even more annoyed, so they sent their fiercest pet, the snow leopard. The snow leopard was proud and strong and galloped through the woods until she found the pets and the kids. She snarled and growled, but soon she was charmed by the kind witch who invited her inside for even more ice cream. The girls and their pets were so happy to be reunited that they ate their yummy ice cream with a big yay. And so the children were delighted, but the parents annoyed, decided to go get their pets and their kids themselves.
Come home now. No.
But the pets had an idea. They went inside the house and made the biggest, most delicious, most excellent ice cream sundaes of all. The parents ate them and were nice once again. And the family was once more loving and kind. And they all lived
happily ever.
The end. Our mouths, goslings. Hold on to your ice cream cones and bow. All right, hold on to your ice cream cones and bow. And one big bow for our goslings. Now, let's see what we have next. This one's strange. See, it has a stalk in it, or maybe it's stockings. Either way, something is super big in it. Let's see. Oh, yes. Our next story is Super Joe and the Beanstalk. Once upon a time, there were two brothers, Super Sugar and Super Joe. And they were very, very poor. Because they were so poor, Super Sugar sent Super Joe to the market.
Go sell the cat. Okay.
And so he went to the market to sell the cat, but a weird, strange, magical talking lizard came up to him.
Would you like some magic sticks for that cat of yours? Okay.
So Super Joe went home, and the talking lizard was revealed to be Ultron. Ultron went back to his lair where he would be helped with his ascot later. Back at home, Super Joe showed Super Sugar his magical sticks.
What did you get? The magical sticks. These are worthless, ugly junk.
And he threw them out the window and stomped off to bed. Super Joe was super sad and went to his super nice bed. That night, a beanstalk grew and grew and grew and grew till it reached the sky. Super Joe woke up the next morning. He saw it and was amazed.
Whoa, that's big.
So he climbed it, and when he got to the top, Super Joe entered a strange new world.
Wow, this is a strange new world.
In the distance, he saw an odd castle.
That is a big castle.
And so he went toward it, but he was stopped by Ultron and his friend Laser Bunny.
Ready to destroy the universe. Coming to the deadly.
They chained him to the wall of the castle and went laughing back into their lair. Super Joe was super duper sad, but then a rainbow chicken appeared.
Rainbow chicken pecked my lock.
So the rainbow chicken pecked his lock, freeing Super Joe. They hurried to the beanstalk. And just as they were going to climb down, Laser Bunny and Ultron entered. A great chase down the beanstalk began. Super Sugar was annoyed by all the noise and came out with his hammer. And he knocked the beanstalk down. And everyone fell to the ground. Super Joe woke up and checked on his new friend, the Rainbow Chicken.
Rainbow chicken, are you okay?
But as they were waking up, so was Ultron. He woke up his friends, the Alien Beanstalk and Laser Bunny. A great chase began. A great sand chase began. And they made their way. But just then, Super Sugar had a change of heart and knocked down the bad guys. The brothers reunited and forgave each other and lived together with their rainbow chicken happily ever after. The end. All right, and then let's see. We have one more story that my goslings came up with, and it's rather odd. Because you see, I've heard of Little Red Riding Hood, but I've never heard of Red Riding Hoods before. Well, looks like we're going to see our new story of the little Rainbow Riding Hoods. And now for our final story, round of applause. Once upon a time, there were 5 Rainbow Riding Hoods. And they lived in an apartment in New York City with their mother. One day their mother decided to go to Central Park to collect food. So she left them in the charge of their brave Pegasus, Snowy.
I'm going to go out and get some berries. I'm leaving you with Snowy. Bye.
Snowy took them inside, and the mother went to Central Park, collecting berries and fruits, when she saw a strange tree.
Wow, look at this tree. It looks very sparkly. Maybe I should take one of the apples from there.
So she took one of the blue apples from the tree, and she ate it, and she was never heard from again. 2 years later, the daughters had grown up nice and tall and brave and kind. But Snowy was tired of being cramped in a tiny New York apartment. So she asked them if she could go flying, through Central Park.
Can I go flying through Central Park? No, it's what it is. Fine, you can. Yeah, you can. Oh, yeah.
So the girls went back into the apartment and Snowy went flying through Central Park. Until she landed in a beautiful meadow.
Ooh, look at this meadow. I'm hungry. I should eat some grass.
While she was eating the grass, a wolf appeared.
That Pegasus I smell?
The wolf approached the Pegasus, and a great chase through Central Park began. And Pegasus was injured, and the wolf took her away. Back at home, the girls were very worried about Snowy. They were so worried, they didn't know what to do. So,
I'm so worried about her. We shouldn't have trusted her. Yeah. I wonder where she lives. I'm very positive we'll find her. The search will go on. The search will start next morning.
Okay, but before they could go on their search, back at the lair of the wolf, she had decided to pretend to be their mother and write a note to the girls. She wrote a note that said,
"Dear kids, I seem to have found your pet Pegasus. Please come and rescue her."
She gave it to a bird who brought the note to the girls. When they saw it, they came up with a plan. They decided that the purple-pink Riding Hood would go first.
I'm the oldest and the bravest. I should begin my search.
So she went through Central Park, skipping through the forest, when she discovered a strange tree in a strange meadow and a wolf.
Hello. Hello, would you like a magical fruit? Yes, please.
She ate the magical fruit and turned into a wolf. Back at home, when she didn't return, The Orange Riding Hood went to the forest, for she was the strongest.
I am the strongest and I will find them no matter what.
So she went through the woods, searching for her sister and the Pegasus, when she was met by the wolf.
Would you like a magical fruit?
She ate the magical fruit and turned into a wolf. Back at home, the youngest and shyest little Red Riding Hood was next. And she decided to go to the woods too.
I'm scared, but I will still do it.
So she went to the woods and was met by 3 wolves.
Would you like a magical fruit? Yes, please.
She ate the magical fruit and she became a wolf. Now the 2 other sisters thought something very strange was happening, so they came up with a plan to go together.
We shall go together. The others went alone. We can protect each other. I think that is a great idea. How about I lead the way?
So Blue led the way, and they were a pack of wolves, and they chased the Crusader apart. But the girls were very smart and found themselves hiding behind a tree. The wolves couldn't find them and went searching through the forest. When the coast was clear, the 2 sisters poked their heads from around the tree and entered a meadow. They found a strange tree and a friend they recognized, Snowy.
Snowy! Are you all right? Oh no!
She had hurt her wing, but she encouraged them to take the pink apples from the tree.
Yeah, they're good.
So they picked as many pink apples as they could, putting them in their baskets. And while they were putting the last apple in, 3 wolves appeared.
Oh no!
But there was something familiar about them.
There's something familiar about them. Their eyes are the same. And their smiles are very familiar. And their curiosity.
They realized that they were their
Sisters!
Snowy encouraged them to give them the pink
apple.
apples.
Okay.
So they gave their sisters these pink apples,
Put it in the corner.
and they were no longer wolves, but people again.
Put it in the corner.
And they ate the apples, and they celebrated being human again.
Yay!
As they were celebrating, the first wolf appeared. But then they noticed there was something familiar.
There's something familiar about her hair, about her eyes, and her smile. It's our mother. Gapple.
So they gave her an apple, and she too turned back into their mother once more, and everyone was reunited, and they lived happily